What videos do you have that you're in? I can see one of them.
I can't believe you're making me watch this.
Wait, this is a trick that I worked on that trick for like weeks nonstop trying to learn it.
Dude, you have the hugest pants.
I know, it's funny because I wanted them like bigger, because like that was like what skaters did, and I just wanted to like look like skaters. Like skaters looked so retarded when I started skating, and like I wanted to look like that.
Why is this so torturous for you?
I don't know. I mean, is it fun watching yourself skate?
I don't think I'd like it.
Hi, welcome back to the Epically Latered Show. This episode is about Jerry Hsu. I went on a little trip to San Jose, met up with Jerry. He just took me around in his car. We went to some of the spots where he learned how to skate. Jerry, since the first time he started skating, it seems, was a total child prodigy. At 13, it seems like he was as good as most pro skaters. He also entrusted me with a VHS tape of all his home skate videos from when he was 13. So anyway, this is Jerry Hsu episodes, and I hope you enjoy it.
So basically we're in like, now we've entered kind of the hotbed, the like 1 mile radius of the house I grew up in. So this is basically where I did all my skating. It's right there. Oh dude, they nommed it.
You first handrail?
Yeah. Probably slid like here to here. Did a no slide.
That was your first handrail trick?
Yeah.
Because of you, they put a knob on it.
Yeah, I hadn't really been skating that long. Just like 3 or 4 years.
Did he show you the footage of him skating in his garage?
Filming himself?
Yeah. Like just doing flat ground in his garage. Like him just going back and forth, just doing like really hard tricks back, for back then and stuff.
Did you just set the camera up?
Yeah, I'm just like setting the camera up and filming myself because I like wanted to know like what everything looked like. I just wanted to know what like skating looked like. I wanted like everything in my life to revolve around skating. Yeah, so this is where my parents live. And this is where I started skating. And there's my parking block. My mom figured out that skaters like to skate parking blocks. One day after work, she went to like a construction site or something and like bought one and brought it home for me to skate. Hello? Hey Dad.
Hi.
Yeah, he's filming me for like a little internet show.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Is Mom around too?
Yeah.
Hi Mom.
Oh, he's gonna interview me?
Yeah, is that okay?
Oh, okay.
When he was young, did you ever worry he was going to get hurt or anything like that?
Sure. Which mother doesn't?
Did you want him to go to college?
Sure. That's probably every parent's first choice. Well, I'm happy for him, as I said. This is it's his job, not mine, and it's his life, not mine. So.
Traditional Chinese, like comes from a traditional Chinese family, and it's just the cultures are different, and he just chose a different road, and I don't think he'd have been happy being like a computer programmer or something like that, Like I think he knew what he wanted to do despite what anybody said. He just kind of he just kept doing it.
Are you waiting for me to speak Chinese? Yeah. Oh, 不要。哦，我已经走了。I got caught shoplifting here when I was like 13, and they called the cops, and the cops took me home, and like my grandpa was there, and he didn't speak English, and like the cops dropped me off, and my grandpa was like freaking out. They didn't know, he thought I got arrested, which I kind of did, but I like totally lied to him in Chinese and told him that like I got lost and the cops just brought me home.
What did you steal?
This is pretty funny, but I tried to steal my own photos.
What were they photos of?
Probably just me and my friends skating. It's like my first line spot. We would come here after school and hang out with this guy who like worked here, and he like was he was like an older guy who like claimed to be like a pro skater in the 80s, but we totally believed him because we were just like 12. So it was so impressive to us that we believed anything he said, but really he was kind of just like a liar.
Alba, me and his brother went to play basketball down the street from his house, and there was these two kids skating, and they came over and said hello, and it was Jerry and his friend Will. Like, he was just like some dorky little kid. He was wearing these Dickies and they were blown out ass, and he was just going for it, hucking his body off of the deck, 360 flip, and just eating shit. And we were all like, oh my god, this kid wants it. It was pretty incredible.
These are like some stairs I ollied once. These are actually stairs that we skated like every single day, and like would try to do every single trick that we possibly knew how to do down them, and we would just like throw ourselves down these little stairs. One of the myths that we heard when we were little kids is a skater ollied from the stairs to the street, which is basically impossible. I don't think anyone could do it, but like we would try and ollie. We would try long jump. We would try and ollie as far as we could to try and like eventually get to the street. I made it to here.
Dark slides. He did dark slides back then.
I couldn't believe that.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Kid in middle school doing dark slides. Like,
And landing them. I could see getting into them.
I watched him just grow into himself. You know, like he found like a uniqueness, like unmistakable Jerry, you know.
Quiet down, everyone. We have a new student today in class. His name is Jerry Hsu. Okay, Jerry, why don't you tell the class a little bit about yourself?
My name's Jerry Hsu, and I'm 14 years old, and I live in San Jose.
Sorry, it's just like I'm watching this and it's kind of crazy. No, it's like every video part that I make, like I want it to be like the best I could possibly do. Of course, it never really ends up being like that, but definitely like every time I like start a new project, like I just want it to be really good. I think it's just wanting to be good at something and to get better at it, and then like when you don't want to do that, then you stop doing it. Oh, this kid tried to pickpocket me in Moscow, and I caught him, and then he swung around and did like a karate kick, but he missed me. He was like a gypsy kid. His whole family were gypsies, and they're all trying to rob us by like creating diversions. Like his sisters were all doing cartwheels in front of us, and then all the brothers were behind us trying to pickpocket us, and their dad was walking alongside of us, like supervising the robbery. This is a photo of my friend Louie. We're just we're riding mopeds in Cambodia. It's the only country I've ever been to that doesn't have a McDonald's in it. It's crazy, like it's one of those countries with like naked babies walking around, and like people with no arms, and people with like machine guns just walking around. It's pretty fucked up. Oh yeah, we went to a gun range, and like for $20 you could like shoot AKs and throw grenades, and you can even for like a little more money you can bring like a cow there and like throw a grenade at it and like just watch it blow up. This was in Moscow, and this guy was just like wasted and like couldn't stand up, and then we were all watching him, and then he just tipped over like a tree falling over, and he fell like his head right on the curb, and just like blood was everywhere, and like everyone walking around was just ignoring him like it wasn't even happening. This is kind of like a gem. This is me as I used to play Rambo when I was a kid. Like I seriously have no like filing system. It's like so disorganized and kind of embarrassing. This is my drawer of like sketchy photos. But you probably can't film it.
I see that you spend a lot of money on framing.
Yeah, I take really good care of them too. I like to collect masks. I got it in Japan, and the name of it was Hollywood Girl.
The way that Jerry lives his life is like he lives it on his own terms. He wears what he wants to wear. He sleeps when he wants to sleep. He does whatever he wants to do. And when you're in a business situation, they either don't like that because they can't do that, or they don't like that because it's not marketable or whatever, you know? Like, he's kind of like an old soul. Like, he's way ahead of, like, people up here. He's the guy that's younger than you, and you look up to him. Like,
This is kind of like, it's like the rec room.
Dirt floors.
Yeah, this is like probably the coolest room in my house.
Are you gonna build a well?
Yeah, I started, but it's like underneath that piece of plywood, and it's not done yet, so I don't really want to like ruin the surprise.
Are there any chicks down there?
Not yet, but hopefully soon. Whoa, look at this one.
Oh shit, that's worth money right there.
It's like one of the best skate videos probably ever.
What do you consider the job of being a pro skater? Like, what are the things that you're supposed to do?
Well, I guess the main thing you have to do is like be good at skateboarding. It's funny because like there's nothing involved and there's like a lot involved. You know, like you can be really, really good, but no one will give a shit. You know, there are amazing skaters who are really unsuccessful as pro skaters, you know, like it's crazy. There's a lot of discrimination in skating. But also it kind of makes sense because like they want the people that endorse their shit to be interesting, and they want people to like them and stuff. So I don't know. Like, ask me another question.
Oh, this photo is pretty controversial.
Yeah,
What was the deal with that?
that's my friend Tim's cat. I don't know.
Didn't it?
It's nothing's happening there. I'm like really close to the cat, but I'm not touching it. That photo ended up on like a porno website too. Like it was like a porno website, like one of those sites that like has just like shocking photos of things that like your friends email you. Like some guy just sent me a link to that, and it was on some sketchy website with like chicks with dicks and guys' dicks tied in knots and things like that.